Hey guys, welcome. How is everyone? Give me a 1 if you can hear me. Okay, now I can see you. Good. Give me a 1 if you can hear me. I wanted to tell everyone what happened. What happened is my phone, for some strange reason, decided to update the software. I don't know why. Hey guys, but it started updating the software, and that's what caused the buffering. And then after, I had all kinds of problems because if any of you have the iPhone 12, oh my gosh, not only did it change everything on the phone with the update, it changed the name for some of the things in the settings. And yeah, I know, great time for an update. And like, for example, when I live stream, I have to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. They don't call it that anymore. It's called Focus. You can turn off I thought I had it turned off, the automatic updates, because I always like to approve it, because so things like this has happened to me before, but it happened. What can you do? You know, the iPhone 12, I'm not a big fan of it. I like the 11. I'm going to skip the 13 and go right to the 14. Oh my gosh. But that's what happened. But I do appreciate I have gotten more DMs on Twitter. No, YouTube didn't get me. Nobody got me. I don't cross any lines. I know where the limits are. I live stream on my iPhone when I'm on the air. Oh, anytime I'm live streaming, pretty much I'm on my iPhone. Yeah. Sometimes at home I'll use my Mac, but that's not very often. I usually just use my phone. It's easier, and I like it. But that's all that happened. But my inbox on Twitter is overloaded with people asking what happened. It's no big deal. And, you know, and it's funny that people get so paranoid that they got you. That's how much division and oppression there is in our society, huh? I'm heading to one of our sponsors. I'll take you guys along with me if you want to join me. But that's all that happened. Nothing too exciting. Buy streaming? You only buy streaming equipment? No, the phone's fine. The phone's fine. It's not perfect, but the reason is because, you know, I'm on 4 radio stations, and I got a lot going on the radio that I got to take care of. You know, I've got it. You know, there's over 100,000 people listening on the radio. I've got the commercials I've got to play on the radio. We have call-in commercials with some of our sponsors. I got to coordinate that. This is all during the live show. And I can't let myself get distracted by the YouTube live stream. You know, I got to focus in on the radio broadcast. And if I don't use my phone, if I use a computer and stream on the computer and everything, since I'm by myself, it's just another thing to worry about. With the phone, there's less to worry about. You know, I've got so many things going on when I'm on the radio. I need it to be as less complex as possible. And streaming on the phone makes it the least complex as possible. You want ice cream? Yeah, 1 scoop or 2 scoops. Trump had 2 scoops of ice cream and the media had a meltdown. Remember that? My goodness. He gets 2, everyone else gets 1. They had like 2 days of discussions in the media over the 2 types of ice cream. 3 scoops. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, I'm glad you guys call me. You know, I got a call towards the end of the show, and a guy was saying, what happened? And I said, you know, people calling, that's the best thing that can happen. The worst thing that can happen is you go off the air and nobody calls and lets you know because they don't care. Or there's no one listening. But I will tell you, because I was talking to you guys, I was having some health problems. I don't want to scare anybody. I'm not having major problems, but I do have high blood pressure. And I did something today that I think worked out very, very well. It made it much easier for me. I took my blood pressure medication at 5 a.m. I usually take it like around 10 or 11 in the morning. And because I did not know this, I just found this out like yesterday, that the blood pressure medication that I'm on is most effective in the first 4 hours that you take it. So that's the time I'm on the air when my blood pressure is the highest. And I think today was the first time in a long time that I did the radio show without having high blood pressure. And it was a little surreal. So I felt better doing the show today. Well, I mentioned this at the end of the YouTube stream, and so you guys didn't hear this about Alec Baldwin. Are you kidding me? This guy just cut me off and won't let me over. I'm going to make it. Someone that worked on the film said that gun was not meant to be used in that scene. That it's something that Alec Baldwin did on his own. It wasn't supposed to be in that scene. And if that is true, and we don't know 100% if that's true now, but if that is true, I'll wait until someone testifies under oath for, to get everything. But that's what we're working with now. And if it was not in the script, and he did that on his own, that shows he was goofing off, right? Like he was playing around. That takes it to another level. But it's so rare for someone rich and famous to face consequences. I think this one, though, is going to have some consequences. If that new edition is true. It's raining here in South Florida. Little rain. I'm on I-95. Got to make a couple stops, and then I got a couple other things to do. But I'll take you guys through part of my travels. But if he was just playing around and that happened, oh man. You guys see and hear me now? Give me a 1 if you can see or hear. Okay, we're back. That zone on 95 always has a bad connection. Always. That's why I usually don't stream coming this way, but I had to go this way today. We're back. It's been a rough day. So far as streaming goes, right? I hope we get a Rittenhouse verdict today. A Rittenhouse verdict would be absolutely amazing today. But I'm not too sure. I'm not as, I was very disappointed that they didn't address that Jack Prosobic story at all. I'm in a heavy traffic area. I was heading south. Yeah, that one section of 95, always the signal drops. I usually don't stream when I go this way, where I'm going right now. I'm actually going west right now. I was going south. But I will tell you, no matter what the verdict is in the Rittenhouse case, the media and the left are going to have meltdowns over it, because they've just decided that every court case is now racial injustice, regardless of what the case is about, what the outcome is about. You know, and trying to inject race into the Rittenhouse case is insane, with everyone being white in it. But, you know, the media, you know, what it is with the media is making everything race has almost become like a habit for them. You know, that's just a rut that they're in. And they just can't move beyond that little narrow thing, with everything being a racial issue to them. Can you guys not see me again? Are you kidding me? Give me a 2 if you can hear me or see me. This is just a crappy day for the YouTube. I should give up on the live stream, because today's not a good day for me to be live streaming, obviously. Oh, good, you guys can hear and see. Awesome. I'm stopping by one of our sponsors, so you guys, I'll leave you guys in the car because I gotta talk some business. But I can't do business on a live stream on YouTube. That wouldn't be good business, but it'll be quick. I'm very quick. Then I have a couple more things to do. What do you guys expect a verdict today in the Rittenhouse case? You know, this prosecutor should be freaking arrested in the Rittenhouse case. I was watching this hearing yesterday over the tape. Every 2 days, there's been some misconduct by the prosecutor. You know, and for the liberal media to talk about racism, could you imagine if this was the prosecution of a black defendant? They'd be outraged over the really, I don't think it's incompetence. I think everything the prosecution has done is on purpose to try to manipulate the situation. The media would be all over the prosecution, and they'd be right to do it. But they've decided, you know, Kyle's a vigilante because Biden said so. But I do hope to get a verdict today. I want to get some resolution on that case. I'm surprised watching Kyle Rittenhouse in the courtroom. Kyle Rittenhouse in the courtroom doesn't seem too concerned. I would think I'd be a little more concerned. You never know with the jury. You never know what a jury's going to do. I've seen that so many times. You know, you hear these legal pundits always say that, and people think it gets old and tired. I hear some frustration with some of the hosts interviewing the legal pundits when they talk about not being able to predict what a jury will do, but that is so true. Where I'm in a construction zone. All that happened, okay, what happened during the live stream, I talked about at the beginning, I'll mention it again. I have an iPhone 12, and it updated for some reason during the show, and it interrupted my internet connection. That's all that happened. Simple as that. And this iPhone 12 update is awful. I was not planning on updating the phone. I find updates slow down your devices. So I'm expecting it not to work as well now that it's been updated. They update things too much. And this update's pretty dramatic. It changed the name of some of the options in the settings. Turn off auto updates. I will make sure I do that. If it's not guilty, they will. If it is, they'll do the same thing, because they'll think the sentence isn't strict enough. The whole thing is a tragedy. I feel bad for everyone involved. I don't want to see anybody get shot. I don't see anybody on trial for shooting and killing people. It's a tragedy. The whole thing's a tragedy. You know, and I love these people that say, you know, he shouldn't have been there. Well, he was, and and he had a right to be there. He wasn't breaking the law being there, and they never questioned what were they doing there, and he crossed state lines. Like, that's a big deal. They talk about state lines like state lines are a border. They're just lines on a map. Well, yeah, Katina, Leo Terrell, I was so glad Leo Terrell cleared this up, because I wasn't 100% sure about this, but the judge can do the mistrial route even after the jury verdict comes in. So I don't think that the judge is going to let Kyle Rittenhouse go to jail. I don't think he thinks he should be on trial. It was a very revealing photo when he was next to the judge looking at that video the other day. The judge is obviously sympathetic to Kyle Rittenhouse because he knows it was self-defense and that this prosecutor is a clown and shouldn't have brought charges. They got all wrapped up. They thought this trial was going to be their boat coming into political office, and they ran with it. And they shouldn't have gone to trial with it. They shouldn't have even. They got to have an investigation, but there shouldn't have even been charges. And the judge knows that. So I don't think the judge is going to let Kyle Rittenhouse go to jail. He's holding on to that mistrial option in his back pocket because, of course, the best outcome for Kyle Rittenhouse is to get an acquittal from the jury. Hit a red light. That's correct, Samantha. I hope so too, Katina. I hope so too. I'm wrong all the time. It is a rainy day here in South Florida. It's dark. The clouds may look nice there, but it's dark. Cloudy and dark, and actually we're going to have a whole weekend of rain. Nothing major happened, Tom. My phone updated, and it cost me my internet connection. For some, my live stream will not work at the radio station if it connects to the Wi-Fi. So I turn the Wi-Fi off on my phone, and I think what happened with the update. It did two things. At first, it restarted the phone, which that's why the buffering started. The update, then it restarted the phone. And when I got the phone back on, it was connected to Wi-Fi, which I didn't realize because I always have the Wi-Fi turned off. It was just a disaster. But that's all that happened. Nothing major. No drama. Thankfully. So I don't need any drama right now. So, I was talking about what we're going to do for Thanksgiving. We have not decided what we're doing for Thanksgiving. If we were to take a day off, my preference would be Black Friday. Because, we get together with the family on Thanksgiving. I like to have a little wine on Thanksgiving after dinner, with dinner, after dinner. And getting up the next morning on Black Friday isn't always the easiest after Thanksgiving. Plus, all that turkey makes you tired. But we have not talked about what we're doing for Thanksgiving or Black Friday. And my daughter and I, on Black Friday, like to go out at midnight to the stores just to watch the chaos. Sometimes I'll live stream that, but this year I probably wouldn't live stream. I would probably make a vlog of it. But if I'm on the air on Black Friday, I can't do any of that. Oh, come on, guy. Some guy just stopped in the middle of the road and got out of his car. Nice guy. The day before yesterday, Kathy and I were out driving, and we were at a light, and this woman at another lane, a couple cars up, got out of her car and started screaming at this guy. Apparently, she was make a right turn. The guy didn't think she made the right turn fast enough and honked pull it down like, oh, he just did like beep, beep. And she just had a meltdown. Road rage is a very dangerous thing, especially in a state like Florida, where everybody has guns in Florida. You never know. Road rage can get you in big trouble in Florida. Driving behind someone's grandma because they're driving 25 miles an hour. But I'm not going to let it upset me, since I'm talking about how dangerous road rage can be. I could walk faster. Now I'm just stopping by one inside talking to them. So you guys can talk amongst yourselves, and I'll trust you guys to keep. me, guys. I kept the air conditioning on for you. You know, guys, I'm back. You were checking out my seats. It looks clean. This is our old car. This is my car. Kathy has the new car. I have the old car. And then when the new car becomes the old car, that'll be my car. Then, you know, that's how it goes. Let me see. What did I miss? You can't play music on YouTube. Well, what I did, you know, I just had to talk to, I'm at Friendly Tire, our tire sponsor, and just had to talk to him for a minute or something. I even if it's like a quick thing, I don't like to do business over the phone. If I can, I'll go and talk to somebody in person. I don't like to do business on the phone. I like to do things in text. I like to do things in person. So we just had the talk, so I figured I'll just drive by and do it. Oh yeah, good. I kept the air conditioning. As the jury going back over that video yesterday, that's just prolonging everything a little bit. I'm not expecting a verdict quick for some reason. I just have it in my mind that there's not going to be a quick verdict for some reason or another. I mean, this is the third day. It seems to me if I were on a jury, I would know right away. I mean, what is there to talk about? What is there to go over? I mean, I wouldn't like that at all. I'd want to go back, and if I were the jury foreman, first thing we would do is take a vote and see where we're at. First thing we would do. I mean, any trial. What is there? I don't like this idea. The jury system is not perfect, but it's the best we got and all that stuff. I'm not into this thing where they go back and debate. You know? What do you guys think about that? These juries, could you imagine? These juries, they go back and then they debate. That doesn't sound good. They got to like convince each other, talk each other into stuff. You know, that doesn't seem right to me. You either know or you don't. You know? And this whole thing where they get in the business of wanting to convince each other of things, that's just nonsense. I don't like that at all. And that's how it is in every trial. But I was always under the impression, and I know there's different schools of thought on this, but the longer they go out, the more likely it's a guilty verdict. Because if they're going to go guilty, take someone's freedom away for 20 years or life, they want to really make a decision that's well thought out and everything. If the quicker they come back, more likely is not guilty. I know a lot of people say that's not true, but to me that seems like it's easier to do easier and faster for not guilty than it is for guilty. That's just me. But there's the hiccup with the new video, you know, where they gave the low res and all of that. So, but still, I don't see any situation where I could be in a jury for any trial where I don't know guilty or not guilty instantly, and as soon as they send us back, vote, and that's it. This having a debate, talking people into your way of thinking, that just doesn't seem right to me. I don't like that at all. People on a jury should not have to be talked into a verdict, persuaded into a verdict. I don't think I'd want to be on a big Has anybody in here been on a high-profile jury? I mean, I don't mean like a televised trial. Has anybody, though, been on a jury? Press 1 if you've been on a jury for a felony case. I've never been on jury duty. I got called for jury duty once, but I got picked. But right before the trial it was a DUI. Right before the trial was to start, the defendant changed his plea to guilty. Never. No, I would not want to be on a felony case. I would not want to have someone's life in my hands like that. You've been on felony juries? I just wouldn't want to make that kind of decision. Never. No, this jury I was on, it was a DUI, and I was like, oh, this will be interesting. And boom, instantly, he changed his plea to guilty. They dismissed us. And the judge said that seeing the jury there made him nervous, so he changed it. They had the TV in there. They were going to show the video. But, that was my only jury experience. No one in their right mind would put me on a jury. Years ago, Steve got called for jury duty, and the idiot defense attorney, it was a DUI, put Steve on the jury, and they knew who he was. And that of course, was guilty. I think Steve, if I remember correctly, I think Steve might have been the foreman. I'll have to ask him tomorrow. They don't want media people on juries. My mother was on a federal jury and on a federal grand jury, and when they were doing the Q&A, this was a grand jury my mother was on. When they were doing the Q&A, they asked my mother what if she has kids, and I'm her only child. She's have a son, and they said, "What does he do for a living?" And she told them, and the judge knew me. The judge was a listener, federal judge, and they put her on the grand jury. I was surprised. Defense attorneys don't want smart, conservative, informed people on juries. They want dumb people and liberals on juries. Defense. Liberals are soft on crime. They don't want conservative radio talk show hosts on juries. Wow. Well, yeah, the jury can hear the crowd outside. Plus, they're not sequestered. They're going home. They're driving through all that crap. Do you think it's possible? 1, yes, 2, no. When you're on a jury and they tell you not to watch news, don't watch it, is it really possible to go home every night and not be exposed to any of it? How can you go online? If I pick up my phone and it pops up the Rittenhouse trial, how can you avoid it? I don't see how they do it. You watch Alex Jones on jury? I don't like that Alex Jones was attacking President Trump. I'm sorry. I do not appreciate that. I do not appreciate Alex Jones attacking President Trump. But I'll tell you, with all that being said, though, about Alex Jones, on Tucker Carlson's Patriot Purge, you see Alex Jones was trying to stop the crowd from going to the Capitol building. He was on his megaphone. He was very rational there, Alex Jones. So I'll give him credit for that. He knew exactly what was going on, and he did his part to stop it. They weren't even listening to him. Probably wait until later in the day to do a podcast because I want to see if I guess there's no way to tell if we're going to get a verdict. But today is day 3. What the hell are they talking about? I mean, at what point will the judge ask if they've taken a vote? If you have a felony, you can't serve on jury duty. Antifa are talking about riots again. Well, you know, as we've been talking about all week. With the Rittenhouse case it shows you who Antifa really are, right? These guys were all Antifa, and look at them. 2 of them are felons. 2 of them criminals. You know? And they're just criminals that are looking for an excuse to commit crimes and mayhem so they can join Antifa. It's almost like a free pass. It's like the purge. I think this Rittenhouse case could really open the door to Antifa. Project Veritas has a great release this week. I don't know if you guys have seen it, about the media seminar on diversity and how they're not supposed to be objective. And they don't care if the viewers trust them or not. I mean, it was fascinating. It was a short piece. I'm assuming they're going to do a longer, extended one. They have a new whistleblower. These Project Veritas whistleblowers, you got to give them credit. I mean, they blow their whole careers. They're done. They totally burn their career after that. No one trusts them. I've gotten stopped by almost every light. Sorry guys, I'm in a lot of traffic, so I can't pay attention to the chat right now. I'll take a look when I get to the next red light. I am starving. My wife made stew last night, which was just incredibly good. I'm gonna have a big bowl of that when I get home. Kathy's a pretty good cook. We don't cook too much, mainly because neither of us like doing the dishes. And when it's just the 2 of us, sometimes we're like, well, why bother? You know? Now that our daughter's grown. We're getting to this phase with our daughter. Our daughter is dating somebody, and we're going to meet them for the first time. So that's a big deal, bringing someone home for us to meet. Our daughter's almost the age I was when Kathy and I got married. So, I know. I don't really look forward to those things. We haven't been someone she's dated like in a long time, since she was like a kid. I don't find it fun at all. Should I wear my MAGA hat when they come over? Because I don't know what their politics are. So, I was talking to Kathy about it. I said, well, if they're a liberal, I don't want to blow the whole relationship for our daughter with my MAGA hat, you know what I mean? But I would not want my daughter to marry a liberal. Oh my goodness. Would not like that at all. Would you guys want that? Ugh. You gotta deal with it. Hell no. That would be awful. So maybe I should wear my MAGA hat. Kanye? Kanye. Yeah, well. Well, it gets kind of nerve-wracking because Kathy and I know a lot of you know this, Kathy and I got married 6 weeks after we met. We have our 25th wedding anniversary coming up. So I told Kathy last night we were talking, it's like, Emily might come home one day and she'd tell us she's getting married. How can we complain? We got married after 6 weeks. So who are we to talk? Our parents were pretty cool about it, though. We announced we were getting married. We told everybody we were getting married. We didn't decide to get married 6 weeks after we met. We were married 6 weeks after we met. Married. That's crazy. 6 weeks was a lot longer back then. When you're younger, 6 weeks is a lot longer than it is now. 6 weeks is like a weekend now, 6 weeks. It was, yeah, crazy. Yeah, Steve Kane introduced us. Kathy came to a personal appearance to meet me, and I was not at it. It was, Steve had a personal appearance with 2 other radio hosts, and I was not a part of it. And Kathy went there with her mother to meet me, and I wasn't there, so she gave her number to Steve. And Steve gave me her number, and I called her. And then, like 6 weeks later, we were married. It's crazy. I know. I don't know. The Arbery case, I don't know as much about it as I do the Rittenhouse case. So I'm not going to, like I said today on the radio, I'm not going to talk about it too much. But those guys had no business doing a citizen's arrest. You call the police, follows one thing, observe. This citizen's arrest thing is not smart. Because, first off, you go out and do a citizen's arrest. The person you're dealing with, that you're trying to arrest, even though it might be legal to do a citizen's arrest, the person you're going out to arrest, they don't view you as a cop. They don't have that respect. They don't view you as having that authority. It's a very dangerous thing. Usually, citizen's arrests, like my grandfather made a citizen's arrest once. Now, he was a retired police officer. He was a police officer for 35 years and was retired. But the citizen's arrest he did was on someone he knew. Somebody he knew had a major alcohol problem and it did something or other. I was a kid. I don't remember all the particulars, but he did a citizen's arrest. It was somebody. So typically a citizen's arrest, this isn't the Old West, today is somebody you know. You don't just pull over and take out a shotgun on some people that don't know you and you don't know them on the street and try to do a citizen's arrest. Even if it's legal, just because something's legal doesn't mean it's smart. After I shut down the stream today, I think I was talking about the mayor of New York gave a bag of marijuana to Stephen Colbert. Now that might be legal. But is it smart for him to do? I don't think so. All right, guys. I'm going to take off because I'm almost home. But I'll see you soon, all right? Thanks for watching. Make sure you like the video. Take care.